What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Blade Dragons podcast. I'm Alex,
And I'm Elliot.
and we are the Blade Dragons. So we have watched the latest episode of Beyblade X anime, and it's an interesting episode. I think it wasn't too terrible. It was a little bit frustrating at some points, but honestly, that's just what we've come to expect with the Beyblade X anime at this point in time. It's going to frustrate us a little bit, but at least we're getting, we're not leaving with too many complaints.
Yep. Yeah. Nope. We're just jump right into it. There's some interesting topics. We were talking beforehand. We're like, okay, we got some interesting things that we've seen around the internet for the last few days before recording this, and it wasn't exactly what we expected, but overall, still interesting.
It was definitely an episode. So we're going to jump right into it. And first up, no one cares about Bird still. He's just kind of there as like team, quote unquote team leader, because Multi said he was, and he blubs his interviews, which is pretty much just Ichigo talking to herself the whole time. But Bird, yeah, just kind of chilling in this episode, not really anything super duper. Now, they did show something very interesting here. They showed his popularity rates, which are just completely bottom. No one likes
Looking
him.
like YouTube analytics.
Exactly. Elliot Sampson versus Metal Top. No, I'm kidding. We're multi and common on this chart. We're growing.
There we go.
well.
There we go. We're getting there.
We got the epic growth. And we can see Multi and Common have pretty consistent, rates going up. Somehow Multi is more popular than
Multi's
Common.
But Malty's leveling off. Those 10 million subs aren't doing her any good anymore.
Yeah, that's
Common
true.
must be getting to like 7 million subs. Like, he's going crazy. And then Bird hasn't even gotten monetized yet.
Dude, Bird has got like he's got like one subscriber, and we're gonna meet her a little bit later in the episode today.
Exactly.
We get some nice, funny little analytics for Bird, and then we get a little bit of what do you call it? Shitting on Bird. Rookie Big Mouth legend. This nickname has become commonplace. Oh no! And Bird's just crying again, like a little wuss. So
And it's really weird. I don't understand where that nickname even stemmed from. One, he's not a legend. Two, he doesn't have a big mouth because he can't talk when anyone talks to him. I'm like, where did these subtitles pull that from, or the translation? Because neither of them actually apply to him.
no, he is Big Mouth legend because Ichigo just talks for him the whole time, and she called him that.
Is that where that is?
Yeah, that's where that came from. So you are correct. You are absolutely correct. Bird fits none of those descriptions properly. It's just Ichigo being Ichigo and making fun of his ass, which, you know what? I like it. I like it. Bird needs to be made fun of a little bit more. See, man, bring back bullying. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing that. But Blade Dragons get controversial.
Bird up. Bird needs thicker skin. Episode 17.
Episode 17, he goes back to high school and gets a wedgie. No,
Bird comes back with a full tribal piece down his shoulder. Gets a tattoo.
Bird goes to prison. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is gonna turn into like the Franklin the Turtle books. If you've seen those memes, right?
I have, yeah.
Franklin the Turtle hustles drugs for the Taliban. Oh, I love those memes. They're so goofy. But yeah, so we are joking about hashtag bring back bullying. Bullying is not a great thing. There's a time and place to talk about that, and it's not the Blade Dragons. We're here for Beyblade. We just make memes in the process, but
Yes.
so that's our weekly quota of making fun of Bird. So a very interesting thing that happens in this episode is Maiden gets a shopping list, and I think it's probably what it looks like. It's just food for Taisho to make more sushi, and then also probably just groceries for the 5 of them because they all live together in the house for some reason, which honestly it's kind of cool, but okay. So they go to the supermarket, and Bird goes off to do shopping by himself because Multi and Common get recognized by everyone in the supermarket. And I gotta hand it to Bird. Instead of just moping around, he actually goes out and he gets stuff done. He goes and he does the shopping, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a strong, independent woman. I'm gonna go and do the shopping that my comrades aren't. Like we're gonna be good about this.
Yeah, Kamen's doing a little meet and greet there. He's doing his whole cha cha. For literally, there's like a 30-second background of him just doing that. I'm like, come on, bust out the moonwalker, do something
I
cool.
know, man. He's got to be like me and be a moonwalker.
Heck yeah.
But but yeah, so Bird goes off. Yeah, so Kamen gets wrapped up doing his dance moves, and Multi is just kind of hanging out there and handing autographs. So Bird goes off. And he's like, you know what? I'll let them do their thing, and I'm gonna go and do the shopping, because why not? It's not like I have anything better to do. And on his way there, he ends up meeting a young girl, and we believe that her name is Hina or Hina.
Hina.
Oops, wait, that's not it. Wrong slide. Hina, who is a young girl, maybe 7 or 8 years old, and she is a massive fan of Bird, and she is Bird's #1 fan. This is the first time we've seen anybody aside from Common be any sort of like excited about Bird, which honestly is kind of cool. So we get she's a pretty sweet girl. I think she's kind of cute in like the cute kid sense.
Hmm.
But you see here's a little
Keep the
shot.
bag.
She's got the little tote bag. Oh, and we see the keychain there already.
Hmm.
I didn't notice that earlier. But
Easter egg. Foreshadow.
there we go. But yeah, we see her little tote bag, and she's kind of hiding behind her autograph paper, which is cute. But then these big bastard bullies come. Oh, well, actually, before that happens, we we get this face from Bird here, who is just absolutely livid at the fact that he's about to. Oh wait, actually, I think this image is from earlier on, but it's basically the same energy as
No.
the
Oh,
one.
yeah. I thought this might have been when he was asked for an autograph, but maybe that was a different one.
Yeah, I think it was a different one. It was like the orange background. I messed it up. That's my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But essentially, this is the same idea. It's literally like the same face. Yeah, it's this. So, yep, and there's the subtitles for it.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't do editing.
Yeah, we don't edit. We don't actually edit our
One
podcast.
take.
Pretty much. Yep, that's exactly how we do it. It's raw now. It's super raw team.
We'll get to that.
Oh, but yeah, look at that. It's like literally the same face. His sweat is like almost in the exact same spots on his face too.
Just zoomed in.
Yeah, literally the same exact face. So this is the face he makes when he's getting asked to do interviews or asked for the autograph, and then this is the face he makes at the beginning of the episode. Basically, the same face. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Our average pooing on Bird. For, we got the bullies here who show up, and these guys are really interesting. Now, first off, we got this big dopey looking dude with a dumb chain. Looks like a whistle. And I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
probably one of those little iron bar things, just on a piece of string.
Yeah, either that or it's like the whistle from The Sound of Music, where
Yeah.
Master Von Trapp like uses it to call his kids, and they each have like a little like tune that he plays for them, which is kind of funny.
The
Well,
line is chakra.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's gonna go over to a basket and then like play his little flute, and then a viper tail pops out of it, which is funny when we see his
Foreshadow.
Beyblade. Another foreshadowing event. But we get these bullies here, and they kind of hang around, and they're like, "Oh, bullying and all that," and they're kind of just lamos.
It's a good group of bullies that they're definitely side characters that they just kind of threw in some personality traits. Man's got an unlimited bag of meat, and we'll figure out the point of that in a minute. And then we got I'm guessing the Multi brings up the point that they don't know if they're bad bladers or bad professional bladers or street thugs or whatever. Because as you see, they have a camera here. They got a GoPro, but it's not even a Series 11. It's probably like a Series 7. Ugh. But yeah, so they're vlogging apparently, doing bullying people. Like, who would tune into that?
They're literally, dude, they're literally Jack Doherty. They're just Jack Doherty, man. Real quick, if you guys don't know who Jack Doherty is, don't look him up.
Don't look him up.
Literally, don't. Don't look
We're
him
cutting
up.
that out. We don't even want to bring any clout.
This dude basically goes around and he just like tries to pick fights with people in public, but then he gets like his ugly ass security guard to like block them when people get like confrontational with him. So he's essentially just a giant walking lady part, and there's like a couple of clips of him like getting hit and like dipping, and then like his like security guard is not there, and there's like a clip of him like in Walmart, and he gets like attacked by the employee, and he's like screaming like, Ricky, where's my bodyguard at? And he's just a pathetic human being. But these guys, they kind of, I forgot where we started with that crap.
I don't know. Anyway, next slide.
Yep, next slide. We're just gonna move on. So we get another little shot of the bullies here. And we got the infinite bag of meat sticks, which honestly, that kind of looks delicious. I actually kind of want.
It does.
That looks really good.
Probably like some kind of bacon, looks like, or something. Pork.
Yeah, it looks like pork. It's probably like it looks like some grilled pork on a stick. That looks looks so good. I want to go back to Korean barbecue now, man. That was
Yeah.
Oh my word. So we got the bullies there. So essentially, Bird and Multi, and we're gonna get to this in just a sec. Bird and Hina, sorry, not Multi. Bird and Hina, they make a dash out of the supermarket and away from the bullies, and they end up in this alleyway. And Hina shows Bird her bag, and she has got all of this bird paraphernalia inside. She's also got some books. So this maybe hints that she doesn't have too many friends, and we also get a little flashback where she explains that she was very much like Bird, how she had a Beyblade and she wanted to battle, but she always kept losing. But then she saw Bird on TV and was inspired by how, even though he lost a lot, he never gave up and he always gave it his best shot, trying to improve. Which, this is honestly the first time that I actually, like, kind of felt for Bird. I got a little bit, my heart was warming when that scene played. I was getting a little emotional. And Elliot will tell you later, I was bawling and crying. Not actually, but
we had to cut. It took us 3 hours to get through a 20-minute clip. Metal literally just couldn't hang.
I know. I was crying a whole river. My room is now flooded. You can't actually see it, but there's water no. But but yeah. So I mean, it was pretty fun to, well, not necessarily fun, but it was good to feel something for Bird other than just, why isn't he winning? Why is he still trash? Why is he a lame dude? But it's like, this girl comes in and, you know, she's a huge fan of Bird, and they have like a heart-to-heart moment, which is really sweet. And honestly, I think that's part of why, yeah, this is one of my more favorite episodes that we've seen so far.
I think the last episode that we had a similar feeling was when Bird actually got Hell Scythe, and him and Malty were actually interacting with each other, being more friendly than partners in a team. And then they went to that test battle, and Bird started getting a little more recognition with the children and doing whatever. And that was also a good episode where they actually broke Bird down and gave him a little progression, and then just turned around and slapped him in the face and put him right down in the trash in the next episode.
It's really how that works. It's like we get a really good, warm episode where Bird makes progress, and he just sucks again, and he dies. And
then he goes and picks up sumo.
Yeah. Exactly. Beyblade X Sumo Edition. I mean, if you take the lid off of a Beyblade stadium, like one of like the Burst Pro stadiums, you take like the lid off, it's kind of like sumo.
It's close enough.
It's pretty
a circle.
It's pretty close, you know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Beigoma had its roots in sumo, or at least kind of like inspired.
Yeah, no, they're
or
very
something
similar
like that by that.
concepts.
Yeah, it's like you got these two
But,
heavy things, round heavy objects in a ring, and they have to push each other out.
That sounds about right. We'll have to do some research, figure out which came first, the chicken or the egg, or the Beyblade or the sumo.
Stay tuned for this summer. Elliot and Metal embark on their sumo adventure.
Yes.
I would lose.
It would just be bad all around.
It would be. Elliot is jacked, and I'm pretty skinny. I would just lose immediately. But, anyways, that's why we Beyblade. Fair chances. So we got that, and that was pretty nice. But it's nice to have like a heartwarming moment for Bird, even if it may not last long. It's good to have that. So Bird and the thugs end up going into this little like area that they've got, and they challenge him. And Multi shows up right before they battle, and Multi is telling Bird, "No, you shouldn't battle because these are street thugs. It could look really bad on you. It might affect your status as a professional blader and whatnot if you lose and you get embarrassed. So you probably shouldn't do it." But Bird, being as morally righteous as he is, he has to battle, especially for the honor of himself and for Hina, who believes in him. Which, you know what? Good moral standing, Bird. I like that. I'm not too pleased at how they handled this, but honestly, the legend that steps in later on that we'll get to just kind of actually steals the show, and I don't know how they manage to just make every time he shows up so awesome, but we're gonna get to that in a sec. We also got the episode midway, which Wyverngale is finally getting advertised here, and Elliot has got his box of Wyverngale right there. Very epic. And it's nice to not see. Well, when we were watching the episode and this came up, I was like Robloxu, because they've been doing the Roblox spot after Phoenix Wing, and then it was Wyverngale. I was like, oh, it's Wyverngale. But it was pretty cool to see that, and definitely happy to. I mean, not that having the little Roblox ad there was bad. I thought it was kind of funny, but it's really nice to see like the whole thing be Beyblade products once again.
And new ones, because they do the same one for like damn near 3 weeks. Like I think it took a month for Land Claw to get rotated out, and then it was still there, and then they just put Phoenix Feather on, or Phoenix Wing, and now they did Phoenix Wing and Wyverngale. So they're rotating them in, but they don't really line up with the releases. But I don't know, they're commercials, but at the same time, we know the anime's thought prior to or after the prior to the releases. I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's really interesting how it works, but it is pretty cool to see them pulling Wyverngale in, and it's all Beyblade now. It's like you get the original ad with like Hell Scythe getting defeated by Drawn Sword in the stadium. They get the little X-Dash thing, and then they show off the 4 main boosters, and then Land Claw, and then we get the little Phoenix Wing spot, and it shows Phoenix Wing off. But now we get Wyverngale at the same time, which is pretty neat. It also begs to differ. What about like all of the other stuff? What about all the other products that we see? What about the Start Dash set and the Battle Entry set? What about any of the accessories like the deck case or the string launcher or the launcher grip and all that nice stuff? It's like,
isn't Phoenix Wing in the Start Dash or the Battle Entry set, the Black Stadium?
No, that's drawn.
Is it the clear stadium or still?
So the Start Dash set is the clear stadium.
Or no, in the commercial.
Oh, in the commercial.
Aren't they using the black commercial and green line?
Yeah, they are. I think they're using the black stadium from the Battle Entry. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, you know what? That's true. And then they also used the blue Night Shield from BX06. Come to think of it, so get a little bit even representation. Nice. I did not catch that. Look at that. I couldn't do this alone, but
yeah,
we got that. So that's pretty cool. But I mean, it still begs to the question: what about the launcher grip, or the deck case, or the Bay Battle Pass?
We don't need no launcher grips. Bird doesn't need a battle pass.
He doesn't even
need a Beyblade. He just loses.
Exactly. He doesn't even use his battle pass. He's like, oh, I just got one because everyone else has one, and didn't bother to turn it on. Wait, doesn't it come with an instruction manual?
Bird doesn't read. He's too busy trying to work on his autograph.
He's a Beyblader. He doesn't read. He doesn't even sign his name.
They don't go to school. He's just dumb.
You know what? That's true. That's true. We've debunked Beyblade, everybody.
They're just idiots.
Are they stupid? Oh, Jesus. But yes, so we get that, which is pretty dope. And now we actually get to the good part of the episode, which this Mim-Sky, I hope you're watching. I DM'd you earlier about this. We were freaking out when we saw this. Get ready for it, guys. For a little bit of pre-context. If you guys watch me and Elliot and you keep up with what we do together across our YouTube channels, a little while ago last year we did a games night, and Mim-Sky, Pop King, Cyber, and a couple of other people were there, and we played some Gartic Phone. Now in the Gartic Phone, Mr. Mim-Sky accidentally did a typo when he was typing the greatest Lego base stadium, and he ended up writing the greased Lego base stadium. That became a little meme that he put in one of his videos, which we'll leave down in below. It's tons of fun. And the greased Lego base stadium has become a bit of a meme among our friend group in the community, and it was just the greatest thing ever when the greased Lego base stadium was realized. As you can see here in the bottom, the little like trail line on Hell's Chain turns yellow, and that is because he is not going through a highlighter patch like it's an English essay. No, he is in fact going through a spot of grease
Or
on
meat oil.
Yep, meat oil on the stadium, which was part of the thugs' method to foiling Bird into losing. And we saw this and we were like, "Oh my God! It's the greased Legos! It's the grease base stadium! We foreshadowed the anime!"
A good time all around. I was like, okay, Bird just hits the stadium and just loses like almost immediately, and I'm like, what just happened there? And then we got some subtitles, and it was like the meat oil. I don't know. I mean, I think we would have figured out something with context clues, but thought the subtitles were like, what just happened there?
Yeah, I saw him. But yeah. Elliot was a little confused. And it was like, "What happened?" And then it was like, "Oh, there's oil in the stadium." And he's like, "The grease stadium." Oh, it was incredible.
It was like, what was that? They just kind of. I was like, is that a new special move where Bird's going Super Saiyan turns yellow? Or no, it's he won a Nickelodeon. It's just a slime stadium now. It's just...
He activates his piss card like it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my word! But yeah, so there's a little bit of grease that's in the stadium, which Hell's Chain slips on, and well, first of all, before they do the thug battles. I think it's like best or first to 3 points or something like that. I don't know. They have like some rule that they do, but they do very Tetsuya, Busujima, like face hunter, diversion tactic, nonsense stuff to cheat. And the grease is interesting. Honestly, I kind of wonder if that's a little bit of a callback to Busujima and how he did the oil stadium in Metal Fight that got torched up because his performance tip like was sparking and it lit it on fire and whatnot. That was kind of a tight episode. That had high stakes. Which, speaking of high stakes, we'll get to that with this episode in a bit, which will be fun. But we get the greased Legos. We have the greased stadium. Greased and Lego are just like, you can't. They're inseparable at this point. But it's also really funny because they are outdoors. This is like a kind of homemade stadium. So we get the incredible little thing that is this is Viper Tail. But this is their prototype 4X stadium, which is just, it's like, at first kind of looks like the big Viper from the Zuganic fight, but then just turns out it's this shrimpy little dude that's more like a worm with teeth.
Like, it's like Garden Viper instead of Viper Tail.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, so it's a pretty fun stadium that they set up. That's like, it looks like it might be like on a rooftop or something. Like it's a weird setup. It's got a cage around it, like it's a cage fight. They really dove into the whole concept of like a street brawl, but they kind of dropped the ball on most aspects besides the background. That they put like a sound system integrated in the stadium and give it power like the 4D system. But as you see here, it's more 2D than 4D. So
Yeah, they kind of missed a couple numbers on the 4x battle there, which is pretty good to see. But we had some goofy nonsense like that. Another thing that they do, as you can kind of see here, it's a little bit pixely, but
Always pixely.
that's just how we roll. We gotta we
We
gotta
just don't
work
want to
with
get
it.
claimed.
That's true. Exactly. That's it.
Strategy.
Exactly. It's all part of the plan to not get demonetized. But we get Bird here who is launching his Beyblade, but oh no, there's a wire that's under his foot, which one of the players yanks, or one of the thugs yanks, and it trips him, and he mislaunches a little bit, which is kind of, it's what you expect from Street Thug Beybladers. And Bird gets a bad launch. Now, granted, he still manages to surprise the thugs by actually kind of putting up a fight for a little bit, and he goes on for quite a bit, dealing out a barrage attack, but obviously it does not work. He's not at full power launch, and he loses in a spin out, or a spin finish, or whatever it's called now, and it's a little bit upset. Ooh. Anyways, get the Elliot mug, yeah, baby. Just casually dropping the merch reveal.
The real ones that are watching now, they get to see.
Exactly, it's for the real ones, But yeah, so Bird loses, and it's kind of interesting how they do this, right? Because they've mentioned before, they've done this before, where it's like a tactic sort of, where it's like Bird, he still loses, he still sucks, but because he did this thing that's kind of slightly impressive, it's like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. And I mean, in Bird's
The greast of all time.
exactly, oh my god, the greased Bird moment ever. It's like
Greased bird moment.
oh, catch that one, Mim. But anyway, yeah, it's like he just did like a barrage attack, and he managed to not completely be trash, and that's like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just Bird kind of being average. If he was good, he would have tied it or won or something. But again, we see this thing where it's like Bird gets over a very, very minor hurdle, but at the end of the day, he still loses the battle, and he still loses what's most important. I mean, in the words of Vin Diesel, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. And at the same time, losing is losing, and Bird just wants to keep on losing, or well, he just loses every time. So it's
but you can't forget, Bird is fighting for family.
That's true. He is fighting for family. But even then, if he was fighting for family, he would win. Vin Diesel never loses.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
It's like, and Brian never loses unless it's to Vin Diesel. But it's like, kind of gets lost in the mix there for Bird, because he's fighting for a purpose this time, but he's just, frustrating.
He didn't get the translation, lost in auto subs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For real.
So, the cage match didn't go as planned for multiple reasons until...
Oops, wrong slide again. Until comment. I keep switching it. It just shows like Streamlabs and Discord. I need to rework Streamlabs for next time. Anyways, we get KAMEN, who shows up. Now it's interesting. KAMEN shows up, and he is like menacing. He sounds like he's pissed. And for a second we were like, is he like gonna like lose it on these dudes? But no, of course not. He's all happy and sunny, and he's dancing around, and he's being funny. But don't be fooled, because this is just an act. This is actually all just an elaborate act, because, of course, after Bird loses, KAMEN steps in, and he's like, hey, this is ridiculous. I'm going to battle you now. And when he battles, oh my word, we got out of nowhere, probably the best battle that we have seen in the anime thus far, in terms of the cinematics and like the stakes that are shown. Like, we just got to show you. So first of all, KAMEN gets tripped on the little wire, and he also slips in, or he goes through the grease in the stadium. But even though he trips, and even though he hits the grease patch, he just blasts through it. And what he does with the X line is very interesting. It's something that you see so commonly with attack types in real life in the X Stadium. What he does is what I'm going to call line bouncing, where essentially he will get onto the X line, but instead of going around it and getting jetted off for an extreme dash, line bouncing instead is when he hits the extreme line, but it's not enough. He's got too much forward or perpendicular
momentum.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's got too much perpendicular momentum, and he hits the line, and the gear propels him off, but not on the X line. So it gives him a little bit of like an extra boost and a bounce back into the middle of the stadium. And he uses this line bouncing in order to get a wicked barrage attack on Viper Tail. And in the middle of this, drawn sword appears. And it's not the drawn sword you would expect, because it is full drawn sword. This dude pulls out his entire ass bit beast in the like proto crappy hood rat 4X stadium, and he just blows.
He looks really good.
He does.
Like,
he actually looks menacing.
The proportions are a lot better in there, that he looks like a dragon and not a damn Shrek.
Yes. He doesn't look like Ord. He looks more like Drawn Sword. He looks menacing. You can see the wingspan too are massive, and he just
the dark colors. Ooh.
Yeah, that was another thing. They made the coloring for this scene super, super dark. Now, part of that was because the system could not handle Drawn Sword's full bit beast, and it was smoking and burning up and exploding. Like, literally, the stadium explodes, which we'll see in like a second. But you can see KAMEN here. This is KAMEN just going insane. This dude rallies like all of the power in his Beyblade to destroy the stadium and just absolutely terrify these street thugs, which, like, it's always really cool when KAMEN is having a lot of fun, but I think having this really brutal side to him is such a good move. It's like, we always complain about how Bird always seems to be going in the wrong way with character development. It's the opposite for KAMEN, because he looks like he's always like improving and getting better as a character.
For sure. KAMEN is something interesting, and I still don't really, I don't know. I guess since this generation and how Burst went, that they're trying to do multiple characters, that they can kind of beef up the storyline or take a different angle approach, that they can do 3 different storylines in the same main character. So Bird's obviously like they're trying to do something new. They're not starting at the top, and so it's cool. But to balance that out, we have someone that's starting at the top and like breaking his limits for like a second time, and we're gonna get some good foreshadowing or for what KAMEN's storyline is. Honestly, we don't really know what's gonna happen with it, but he keeps turning it up. Cool.
Absolutely. And we're going to get into some interesting context later for what's going to be seen in episode 14. Honestly, it kind of looks like there's going to be a lot stuffed into next episode from what we saw, but we'll get to that in a minute. But once again, it's just so interesting to see this brutal side to KAMEN X. And the way that this battle goes is like lightning is flying everywhere. KAMEN is just going insane. You can see here, he is menacing.
We're going crazy.
He is genuinely menacing. And what's incredible too is that like this isn't just like visual effects. This is happening in the stadium. The stadium is short-circuiting, malfunctioning, sparks everywhere, smoke flying. There is actual wind that is like surging past the bystanders, aka Bird, Multi, and Hina. And Bird is literally like turning around to like guard Hina from the smoke and everything, which is just brutal. And then, oh no, did we get the? Oh, I guess we. Oh no.
I got.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm just stupid. I guess. Anyways,
Mim,
here it is.
What are you doing in here?
Wait. I came for the podcast, man.
You are half an hour late.
You just missed the best part.
Oh, dude! Damn it. Yeah, dude! Hold on, wait. Let me pull it up.
We'll get Mim's live reaction.
Yes, Mim.
Don't worry, I'm setting up a fish tank right now.
Mim got fishy?
Oh,
I got fishy.
Mim.
I got
Nemo?
Mim, look at the stream.
I got Nemo. I got Nemo.
Mim, look at this. Look at the stream. Ooh, he's got the fish. Oh, the camera's all messed up now. Wait, hold up. I
Yeah,
think
I don't think Mim's not able to put on stream.
No, I am.
it's
He's got a
kind
different overlay.
it's kind of working.
Anyway, how are you, Mim?
I just thought I'd pop on in to make the podcast a bit more interesting.
There you go. Well, we're about to make your whole week.
Yeah, we are.
Oh no.
Join the stream.
Okay, yeah, I'm watching it.
Do you see this little patch of yellow on the stadium there?
Yeah.
Do you know what that
Yeah.
is?
Oh no.
It's grease.
Oh.
It is. It's the Grease Stadium, dude.
Oh my god, the Grease Stadium. We predicted the Grease Stadium.
We actually predicted the Grease Stadium.
No way. How?
I don't know, man. Our Gardic phone
Uh.
antics. we managed to do it.
Apparently, we need to do more garlic phone now.
We have
Yeah.
to do that. Stay tuned this Saturday or maybe sometime soon. We're doing garlic phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we saw that and was like, no way.
Oh, we actually
Meat
did it.
oil.
Yeah. It's
Oh
meat
my God.
grease.
The Grease Stadium became a reality.
Very soon after.
I swear, if Takara doesn't give us the Grease Stadium, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Need to lubricate our bays and we just start making grease stadiums.
I got WD-40.
We need the Vaseline.
I already used WD-40 on my free spinning bays.
Yeah, same. I threw it on my Phantom Orion earlier, like 2 months ago. But I think Solical greases his stadium sometimes. He like lubes up his big stadium for in like a couple of his shorts or TikToks or something like that. There's like a couple videos floating around of him doing that. It's pretty cool.
Wait, why does the caption say, wait, that guy dropped meat oil?
That's part of the episode. Dude,
Okay.
dude just kind of throws it in there.
Yeah, so
Peter's
the
about to be
way
upset.
it's a street fight, and works is that they have a few different gimmicks to knock them down. Like they trip them with a cable, and then this man's got an endless bag of meat, and then apparently he just drops the meat juice in the damn stadium and makes the grease stadium.
I don't think PETA's too happy about this episode then.
No, they're definitely not. But we don't care about PETA. They can do their thing. Because we're doing the grease.
They can't stop grease stadium.
They cannot prevent the Grease Stadium.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I can't believe that's an actual thing. I'm gonna tell a cyber right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's great.
Oh, my
Oh,
word.
real quick, just to add in shenanigans. How fuck you, Lawrence? This is a personal message. Fuck you, Lawrence. You deleted the sex emoji on your server. Fuck you. Goodbye.
All right, we're adding Lawrence. We're going to add Lawrence in this video. He needs to hear this. This is very important.
Okay, bye, man.
Oh, and now I gotta reposition the cameras again. Let's go.
That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mim-Sky.
Gosh.
Oh,
I was like, who would just pop in here and show their carpet? Oh, that makes sense now.
oh my gosh, it really does. That is a casual mim activity moment.
Gosh.
Oh, let's get the cameras resized once more, and we can continue with our little excursion here. But yes, that is the official Mim-Sky live reaction to the greased Lego base, or the Grease Stadium. So that's good. I'm glad we got that. But anyways, back to the KAMEN X carnage that we get. I better take away Mim's role for cast VC real quick. Yeah. I forgot to take that away.
I was like, no one should be able to get in this call right now.
Yep, that's my bad. I messed it up.
We're lucky tonight was an exception because we needed to tell him that news.
Yeah, he's very lucky tonight. Oh my goodness. Anyways, So now that we've had our entertainment portion of the podcast finished, have our little surprise guest we got. This right here is what actually happens. He blows up the stadium, which is phenomenal. Honestly, it's Metal Fight vibes, and I love it so much.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I kind of am torn between how they did it. I really saw this like teaser, like people's thumbnails and everything. I was like, no way, is Kamen actually going to just start having a lightning attack with his dragon or something? Which I kind of wish that it was like coming from his Beyblade itself, and that we're getting like really cool power scaling where they get like actual powers. But either way, it's still a cool way they incorporated it into the battle.
Absolutely. Maybe season 2 we're gonna see like the Beyblades actually gain spirits, and we see Bit Beasts come back, which I know some people. I think Nazuma would probably not care for that too much, but you know what? We missed the fantasy, and we got a season that we're gonna have this season at least be kind of mellow and more realistic, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, Takara, if you guys are watching, we love this. This was awesome. Kamen going off and blowing the stadium up. Please bring back the Metal Fight Fantasy for season 2 and onwards. That is like peak Beyblade. That's what we love to see. And I can't hate on them for what they did with this season, for sure. They did some very interesting new things, but at the same time, seeing this makes me miss like the craziness that Beyblade used to have in Bakuden and Metal Fight back in the day, and even Burst had some of these crazy moments too.
We need another 100 blader battle. That'd be great.
There you go. I can't be doing them all by myself. You guys need to pitch in too, Takara.
Kamen would win.
Yeah, he would.
And then they just all leave the stadium.
Pretty much. Yeah, they exit. They get deleted. Kamen deletes everybody. Mm-hmm. But afterwards, so Kamen literally destroys the entire stadium, gets the thugs on their asses, literally just, and they're just kind of like, ooh. Oh, so I guess they kind of got screwed over in their social media thing, because Bird went back and he deleted their footage that they took, which is pretty based. At least Bird is useful in sub manners, but I kind of wish this dude's hood
has the video.
That's true, yeah. Multi did get a video. That's important. She did catch a video of them cheating and everything, so she is going to expose them, and especially because she's got 10 million subs. They
flexing.
Are... Exactly. They are just... They're done. They're screwed. They can't do this nonsense anymore. Which is pretty good, because these guys are not nice. They're mean, and they're cheaters. But at the same time, Baseball Hat Guy gets a pass because he created the greased stadium, so we can't be too mad at that. But we see here Bird, Hina comes and gets Bird's autograph, and Bird goes ham on it. He draws a bird, a little hawk here, which honestly, that's nice. That's a Bird W in my opinion.
He's knocking it out of the park. I got Picasso drawn Zeress in my stadium, and now we got Picasso Bird in the anime.
Exactly, it's Picasso Fest for Beyblade X. We love to see it. But yeah, this was pretty heartwarming too. There were a fair amount of heartwarming moments in this episode, and I think it's good for that. I think the Bird parts were a little frustrating when he was battling and losing and kind of being a dope, but it kind of got made up for by Kamen like coming in and brutalizing everything, and then the wholesome moment with Bird and Hina afterwards. And Hina was Bird called Hina his #1 fan, which was really sweet. And honestly, Bird may not be a great Beyblader, but he's got a big heart. And I think that at the end of the day, that's all that we really need out of him. If he doesn't ever win in this season, or it takes him 50 episodes to get a win, at least he has a big heart. And he does have a fan. Hina here is very important, which is pretty nice. I kind of hope she returns and she like facilitates his merch line. That would be so sick.
Yeah.
That would be so cool and wholesome.
You see her in the stadium selling foam fingers.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Takara, please. I hope you guys wrote that in. We predicted Greece Lego Stadium.
Can we predict Bird merch?
Exactly. Let's do it. So we got that. So honestly, I think that was wholesome. And then of course they get back to the sushi bar and they forgot the groceries. So
Yep.
that's nice.
The
So
nuts.
so overall, I think it was a decent episode. It there were a couple of moments that were just like, why are we doing this? Why are you guys not doing the good stuff? And then, we get our normal Bird kind of being lame and dopey, but at the end of the day, Bird kind of came out on top. Even if KAMEN helped him, and boy did KAMEN help him, Bird still showed that he's got a big heart and he's a good dude. And, he cares about his fan, which, that's nice. That's very sweet. Overall, wholesome episode. How about you, Elliot?
Mm-hmm. Nope, I think it was a good time. We got some extra action that we weren't expecting, that we haven't seen before. So they turned the tables after it being an interesting uptake or lead on to the actual episode itself. That we saw, gosh, at this point, 2 weeks ago or more, a street teaser for a street battle, and we're like, okay, we'll see what they do here, and it worked out pretty well that they were able to actually fledge it out and make it feel like a street battle without, I guess, being as edgy as they used to be. But overall, good episode. We liked the character development and some action, so got both of those.
Yeah, we actually did get that's a great point, Elliot. Like, we did get an excellent amount of action, but also character development, which is kind of a first for the anime. I don't think we've really seen an episode that kind of blends both of those in. Once again, it's like, even if the anime overall is a bit lacking, the original filler episodes are actually quite good, and I find them to be a little bit more rounded and wholesome and entertaining than the manga-based ones. Surprisingly enough, I don't know how they do it, but by goodness, they do it, and they make it work, which is a very interesting strength.
I don't know. It's definitely. I mean, I don't know. I guess now I'm thinking about it. It's like most of the episodes, I think, like, feel like they're their own story arc. Like, they don't. There's no like cliffhangers for like 5 different episodes or anything. It's like, oh, well, it just is what it is. The episode's done. That story arc or battle's over. So I don't know. The filler fits in that it all ties up in one episode. So I don't know. It just feels similar, but different vibes. So they're good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty. At the end of the day, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Despite our gripes with some of the other aspects of these episodes, honestly, I didn't really notice too many like goofy errors, like the stadium, the main stage for the pro battles being all weird and whatnot. I didn't really notice any like bad things. Maybe the grocery store could have been a little bit more populated in the middle of the day, but at the
I didn't even realize it was like a grocery store, in all honesty. Like, I can't recall even like a shelf of food. Like, Bird was maybe walking by some like coolers, and then Hina came up to him or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I guess they really pushed the good storytelling there, that you didn't really know where they were, but that wasn't necessarily a pertinent part of the story. Anyways, it's like they went to a public place, and Bird separated and got confronted, and then they lead into the outside portion. So at the end of the day, they did a great job with actually telling the story of the episode. And honestly, Takara, I hope that this is what we get to see for the rest of the anime, which is going to be pretty cool. So now that we've finished with this episode, let's talk about what we're going to see next time on Beyblade. We're going to see Lion Claw come back somehow. This was weird. This was put in right after a shot of Maiden with her launcher, so it kind of makes you wonder, because Shark Edge, we've seen, is a common Beyblade that you can buy. Viper Tail, as we saw in episode 13, is also a common Beyblade. That's the Beyblade the Thug was using, and it was stock colors, stock Viper Tail 580 orb. And then we get this shot here of Lion Claw after seeing Maiden with her launcher, so that, begs to differ. Is Lion Claw also a standard Bey? Because they probably would have shown King if he was like coming back to like help them train or something. They would have they would have showed his face in it here.
I think I recall King. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was. I think I might recall it, but it was too quick or whatever that I can't recall.
I think that was at the beginning of the episode. They showed him for a
Okay.
bit at the beginning. But we see here we get Laying Claw, and this, I'm excited to see who is using Laying Claw, to be honest. Laying Claw itself is kind of a meh Beyblade IRL. It's interesting in the anime, but, I think about real life, and it's like, Point is fun, but the rest of the blade of Laying Claw is just kind of doo-doo overall, which is a little sad, but I think there was something about Gear Flat making it work. There was a video Nizuma
Hmm.
did that I think it was Nizuma anyways.
Yeah, I saw that.
But Land Claw, but maybe used by Maiden, that would be interesting because Maiden is like she's a classic pro, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
I kind of hope that we do get to see more of Maiden battling because I feel like Maiden has a dark streak that's even worse than Common. I really hope we get to see like
Yeah.
Maiden get super upset at something and like just lose it and destroy a stadium. That would be so sick.
Yeah, Maiden is a different character because like we saw, we all classify Shark Edge as her Beyblade, and we got that as a release, and then we see it's also a common Beyblade. But then I don't know, we were hoping like Drawn Sword, Hell's Chain, and everything. Those are limited, like one-of-ones are very rare. And to have a literal king of the jungle, like king is the king of the lion, like it should be his Beyblade. For Maiden to have it, I think might be a little weird, but at the same time it could make sense that Maiden just has a briefcase like Malty of just like crazy bays that like she breaks out to like progress their training level or something. I don't know.
That is a very interesting story idea right there, Elliot. I think that could definitely be it could be a factor in all honesty. I mean, we saw Grease Lego Stadium, honestly, Maiden having a briefcase of her own or having like a stash of Beyblades that she's collected over her time, I think is definitely feasible.
Hmm. Yeah, it all comes back to Grease Stadium.
Exactly. I just had some deja vu right there. That was crazy. But anyways, so we're gonna see Laying Claw in one way, shape, or form next episode. So that looking forward to for sure. We didn't get a picture of it. It looked like there might be some beach action going on, or maybe pool
Hmm.
action that was shown. We get this little clip of Maiden here, and maybe she's talking about how she was fighting in a street battle. I don't know. This could be narrator subtitles or something like that.
Maiden's a thug. She from the trenches.
Maiden came from the hood. She
Got
was
the stiffy on.
Oh God, imagine. She's been hanging out with 6ix9ine a little bit too much. She was in the Gummo music video.
That's great.
Oh jeez. But Maiden, yeah, I mean, I could see Maiden, I mean, being like super tough. She is a rather like serious, stoic character. She's not
Hmm.
like super duper emotional, very straightforward, very flat. So I wouldn't be surprised if she did grow up in the streets. Maybe we get some Maiden backstory next episode. That would be super
We got
sick.
some Taisho backstory.
Yeah, we've seen
Maybe
Taisho
a little bit,
backstory.
little bit.
A little bit, yeah, just teeny weeny a little bit. But we've seen some Taisho backstory. We've seen a couple. We've seen like a few other backstories. But I think Maiden is possible.
Hmm. Did we even see Taisho this episode? Like literally, like the first two scenes.
Nope, I don't think
We
Taisho
didn't
was
see
here
him
at
at
all.
all. I didn't think so. Yeah.
He might have like been there, but he didn't
Might have just
say
been by the
anything.
counter.
Yeah, he didn't say
Yeah.
anything if he was. Which sadly no Taisho sushi spotting today, but that's okay. So next episode is gonna be in the gym apparently, and we get these absolute lads who are just at the gym, and they are looking like so happy. For whatever reason, they go to like the most like drugged up gym ever. All these dudes are like downing cocaine and muscle milk at the same time. It is ridiculous. It kind of looks funny, if maybe a little bit scary, but I'm definitely curious to see what they do with Mr. Clean over here, who's on the was it the elliptical? I think it is. Or
Yeah, it's a bicycle. Yeah, it's just a bike. But yeah, no, I don't. they're working out, but this ain't no Planet Fitness. This is not Weenie Hut General. They're eating nails for breakfast
Weenie Hut.
without any milk.
Wait, what?
Weenie Hut General
That's a
from
gym?
SpongeBob?
Oh,
No, no.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't know.
What is it? Oh damn, what is it? The salty spittoon. They're working on the salty spittoon. Eating nails for breakfast without any milk.
I will take your word for
It's
it,
a
my man.
great reference.
I'm sorry. I grew up with Thomas the Tank
Uncultured.
Engine. I don't like SpongeBob. I'm sorry. I grew up with good children's TV
And I'll
shows.
see you next week. I'm getting out of this call. Good? What the? No, this is not beef. We're no.
The Blade Dragon split up last episode. No. Yeah, no. We'll dive into that another time. If you guys really want to see that, we'll dive into our favorite kids shows. But anyway, that'll be a side episode. But yeah, we get this interesting little gym bit here, so I'm definitely curious to see. But we're gonna see Common and Bird working out, so we get some more Swole Bird and Swole Common. And that's gonna be dope. So definitely excited for that. And then of course, the most important part, we get some Chrome lore. We get. I'm gonna shove my camera down the corner here. It's admirable that you fought for the fans. So we're gonna get some like background for Common X and Chrome here, which is really cool. It's also cool that they're both blonde, but they have like different color streaks in their hair.
I don't. It's
Kinda
so funny.
noticed
It's
that.
Cyber just commented on my post. And he's like, "I love when you use the greased Beyblade Stadium," but it was like an hour ago.
Oh my word! If only he had been there for the
Only
actual Grease Stadium. The
yes,
canon. It's canon. It's a canon event. But yeah,
indeed.
we get I'm definitely excited to see what we get with Chrome and whatever's Common in the next episode. That's gonna be very interesting. Chrome, we haven't really seen a whole lot of him. I think the anime has done a little bit more with him than the manga has as of right now in the show. But definitely curious to see what we get next time between those two. And I think with that, that's pretty much that's going to be episode 13 of the anime. Um, were there any comments
We have
on?
we have a single comment, but it's not even about us.
Oh, it's not.
Pop asked about Mim's footage, and then Juice, Juice comes in and says that the anime is putting us to sleep. Juice has a few comments out there, 1027. Don't worry, Metal. The anime is putting me to sleep too. When you were really tired. And
Mm,
then yeah, pretty much it.
I forgot about that. I forgot that. Well, last time was last time was a
Last
little
time.
bit different because last time on Blade Dragons was different because that was like right before we recorded that on a Friday, like right before Christmas. That was an interesting episode to do.
Indeed.
But yeah, it was so funny too because right after that, I wake up at like 3 in the morning in order to oh yeah, because we did that. We started recording at like I think 5 or 6 or something like that.
And then I went and streamed. Yeah.
Yeah, we did like a quick episode. It was only like 45 minutes, and then Elliot went and streamed, and then I went to bed because I had to do a road trip early in the
He was
morning.
up to like 3 a.m. Yeah.
You guys were like, I went to bed, and then I wake up, and you guys are still online, and then you guys are like, yo, you got like 200 subscribers overnight, and I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
It was pretty funny, but yeah, that whole event was tons of fun, but Juice, yeah, this anime does kind of put you to sleep sometimes, but not this episode. This was a good episode. We like this one.
You didn't even like our podcast. Who are you?
Huh? What?
And yeah, there you go. Now we're in.
I like this podcast. I'm in the podcast. Do
Oh,
you
he's biased.
do you like the podcast, Elliot?
Um, um, um,
Oh yeah.
um,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
um. Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
Oh yeah,
I was hoping that
definitely
definitely do.
definitely didn't just click that like button now. No way.
You made it an hour and 1 minute into this stream and you didn't like the podcast. Who are you? Because I'm
Exactly.
Elliot Sampson. No, I'm Alex.
That's Alex. That's Alex
I'm
Sampson.
Elliot.
And I'm Elliot Tops Inc.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yes, so yeah, I think that's it. There's no new product information yet as far as the unicorn Beyblade goes. I think Zenki did a video. You can go and search for that on his channel. But I think we got a little more information on the unicorn Beyblade. But I think just a little bit. All that's known is it's going to be the booster for January. And I think that's the only thing coming out in January, right? Just
Seems
that.
that way.
Yeah. So January will be a light month after several months of tons of stuff. We had October stacked with a starter and then a random booster select, a battle set, and also a string launcher. And then November was decked with 2 deck sets and a booster. And then we had a random booster, a soft case, and another starter for December. So it's nice that the only thing you have to worry about for January, if you've been keeping up with all the products, is one singular booster. Probably going to go for less than $20 on certain sites. If you get like a good deal or you know the codes that get you the discount, you'll be able to get it for a reasonable price. Honestly, I might end up getting that before I get like Wyvern Gale and the soft case and whatnot, which will be a little bit interesting. But either way, January looks like it's going to be a pretty chill month. Getting slow into the new year, but I think that's okay. We got to warm up, and once we hit February, we're gonna get very excited. We're gonna get all kinds of good nonsense as per usual. So, I think that is gonna wrap it up for this episode of the Blade Dragons. Elliot, final thoughts?
Fun as always. We'll see you guys in episode 16. Take care, guys. Blade Dragons out.